Hi, Doug, again. Nice to see you. Last time we tried to define mental toughness. And as I mentioned, you did open, I have more questions now. And one of the things that stuck out for me is it sounds as if mental toughness is a larger concept and resilience is part of it. So could you maybe be more specific? How do we differentiate between mental toughness and resilience?
Okay, I'm really pleased you've asked that question, because the most common issue I have to deal with when I first explain mental toughness is that difference. Most people say, oh, that sounds like resilience. Well, it might be because it embraces resilience. But resilience itself, I guess you'd have to be careful about defining resilience. If you have a fuzzy definition, it can mean almost anything. But if you look at the textbook or the psychological definition, it's described as the ability to recover from adversity. That is very significant. So that is a very powerful and important quality. The thing about it, though, is it's backward looking. It's when we talk about recovering from adversity, we're talking about an event that's happened in the past. It's my ability to pick myself up, dust myself off, and keep on going. And in the mental toughness concept, that relates to 2 of the 4 C's. Sense of control, because you think you can still do it, even though it's all gone wrong. And commitment, I still want to do it, I still want to achieve my goals. So those are the 2 drivers for resilience. And resilience basically helps you to survive. But we don't live in the past. We also live in the present, and we live in the future. And what we need to do is to be able to look forward and say, well, I'm not exactly certain what's out there, but I think there's opportunity. I also know there's threats because I've tripped up before. And I need to be able to approach that with a degree of positivity and optimism. And so what mental toughness is bringing these 2 concepts together. The idea of resilience, I can deal with adversity, but I can also deal with what lies ahead in a degree of optimism. Now, of course, by optimism looks forward, and that optimism gives us the ability to thrive in the future. So mental toughness is taking resilience, the idea of resilience, and moving it from I can survive to I can thrive.
Okay, wow. Would you agree in mental health professionals, we usually look at 3 criteria on let's say the development of resilience, which is when you have a trigger or an adversity. If you improve, you're looking at frequency, so how often that happens. Intensity, how intense are you experiencing that, and speed of recovery. So it doesn't really go away, but as long as you have improvement in those 3 criteria, that's progress. Would that fit anywhere in the framework?
Well, it would, but the one thing that we know about, the one thing that often happens with resilience is you can rely upon resilience, but if you are subject to a whole series of adversities and you keep digging deep into your resilience, it'll eventually wear out. And that's where this notion of optimism also adds some fuel to your mental and emotional reserves to help you to deal with what lies ahead. So, in a sense, with resilience, you kind of look at one aspect of a situation. With mental toughness, it broadens that picture and gives you a broader picture, and that gives you some options.
Fantastic. Again, I find it fascinating, and I can understand why that would be a classic question for people. Are they different? Which gives rise to another question, whether we can develop it. But to our audience, just watch this space. We're going to tackle that question on our next video. Thank you very much, Doug.
Thank you, Maria.